And audio clap, just in case.
Cue the intro? No, I would not say that.
Welcome to 5 Over Par.
Welcome.
We're coming to you live from Nolan's practice.
Mm-hmm.
This week is chaos. Chaos has ensued.
I feel like they're all chaos, but
Well,
yes, a little bit extra chaos.
We have quite a bit going on this week. Too much, some might say.
Where do we start? What did we did the draft was this past Saturday, right? No.
Nope, that was
Nolan's first game was
Yes.
this past Saturday. And oh my gosh.
yes.
Nolan ended up against a grown man. Nolan's in middle school, and apparently middle schoolers can be this tall or this tall.
He was 6'2" something, and he had facial hair.
He had facial hair. Nolan was blocking a guy with facial hair. So that was a brutal game to watch as a mom. My voice was raspy from yelling at the refs. Don't do that. Don't be like me.
We both almost got kicked out at one point.
I was like, I'm taking a walk, and I walked away.
But they weren't calling it.
They weren't calling holding, and he was the big kid that was significantly bigger than our child.
Yes.
Was holding because he couldn't beat Nolan. Nolan's quick.
Yeah.
Nolan still broke him a lot. Anyways, so that was rough, but Nolan did get the win.
They did win 7-6.
7-6.
It was
that was
hard fought
Saturday.
game.
Sunday you went golfing.
Yes, tried to go golfing.
You got through 9. That's a full golf for some people, right? Some people only golf 9.
Yeah, that's true. We had a 7:15 a.m. tee time, which I like. I used to not like early tee times, but we were the second ones to tee off, and just like being out there early in the morning when the sun starts peeking through the trees, and like you get there when it's dark.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It was good. And then about hole 6, I think, is when it started like kind of drizzling on us a little bit, and we were like, okay, we can play. And then I think around the time we teed off at 8 is when the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
So, and then it poured on us the whole time, 8 and 9. And then they weren't going to give us a rain check because it was going to pass in 30 minutes and they were going to keep playing. But I'm pretty sure that course is in a flood zone and it holds water. So they ended up giving us a rain check because it was only supposed to be 30 minutes and it kept being like an hour and 2 hours and whatever. So they let us, we can basically get to go back and play the back 9.
Okay.
Whenever
nice.
we can. So, yeah.
Are y'all going to try to do that together, or is it just y'all have to go separate, or how does that work?
Ideally you want to do it together, but we each got individual tickets, so we can do it at any time. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it's like when you go to a store and you don't have your receipt, so you have to. It's like store credit kind of thing. Yeah. You have to do it then. Like you don't get your money back.
Right.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. So we did Saturday. So 2 weeks ago we did the draft.
Yeah.
The fantasy football draft. The week before that it was back to school. Right?
No, because
maybe 2 weeks before that.
It's been a little bit. Yeah, we've done back to school already. So we're just, the mostly thing is we were going to do the live draft. That didn't work out, so we didn't get to go live, but we did record it and get a lot of,
yeah.
That was fun. So I've done a football draft before, but only once. It was fun to do it. No screens. Like we printed off the cheat sheets. We had our notes of who we wanted or what we wanted or whatever, and then we had the stickers and like a giant whiteboard, so it was kind of fun to do it what felt like old school.
Yeah.
Everybody looking through who's left, scratching off the people as they were called. That
was fun.
Pretty neat.
I've only done that one other time, and I think I was 18 or 19, and we did it at a Buffalo Wild Wings on the patio, and we didn't have the cool little stickers. We just wrote names in. But it was a lot of fun, and I think I prefer to do it that way because it's.
That said, B-Dubs has a thing where they do it that way, and it's like if you go there, all non-alcoholic drinks are paid for because they know you're going to buy alcoholic drinks, and then they also give you like a championship type of like ring or something. So if you win, you get that incentive too,
cool.
In addition to whatever your league does. But it's like if you reserve the spot, you get little perks.
Nice.
Beat Ups has a thing for that. How did your fantasy team do this week?
Not nearly as good as yours did.
Well, yes. I am still holding my spot in my number one standing.
So I'm in 2 leagues. I've been in a league with Chance and Jacob for the last 2 or 3 years, and they had 2 people back out of that league. So me, Nolan, and Jenna joined that league. So it's me and Chance and Jacob and Jenna in that league, and Nolan,
who are also in our
and
family
who are also
feud.
in this Family Feud league.
Yeah.
So that team did not do nearly as good. My one in our league, I got like what a trash time touchdown or whatever that's called, where it's like the final 2 minutes of a game and
nice.
Whatever. So I ended up only losing to your dad by like a point and a half or something.
Say
it was closer than it should have been, but
and you had 2 of your players go down, like instantly. So
I drafted Xavier Worthy in both leagues in like the 3rd or the 4th round, and freaking Travis Kelce ran into him and dislocated his shoulder like on the 3rd play of the game or something. So he got 0 points in both leagues. And then I also had George Kittle in my other league, and so he's on IR for 4 to 6 weeks or something for a hamstring. So not great. That's what I get for making fun of Christian McCaffrey as much as I did.
And he wasn't even the one that was fragile this time. Season's still young. Yes. We'll see. All my players did great, actually. I don't even think there's a single one of them that let me down.
I think every single one of your players got like 20 points.
Oh, although Justin Jefferson?
Yes.
He, in like the 4th quarter, had like only 1 point.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was my number one
pick.
He was my number 1 pick. And which I was kind of, not to brag, but I was already doing fine. I didn't really need him to pop off. But that 4th quarter, he got like 18 points for me, or I think he ended up
something. Yeah, he got like a really big reception and then a touchdown.
Yeah, he did great. So doing pretty good.
Who else you had? Oh no, that was the Bills game was wild. That was that.
The Bills game was wild too. That was against me.
Yeah.
Alan ended up popping off, and that's who Stacia has. Who I was playing Stacia this week.
I went to bed in like the 3rd quarter of that game because I was like, it's whatever. It's going to be late. Monday's tomorrow or whatever, and this game's over. Like Baltimore won, and then I woke up and I was like, they mounted a 20-point comeback or whatever. Crazy. So.
Leave it to Alan. I would have picked him if I could. I did. I do like him a lot.
I think I had him in a league last year.
Oh, fun fact: we're playing each other this week.
Yes.
So that'll be a lot of trash talk.
I'm going to be 0-2.
I'm going to be 2-0.
Because the next best person in our league is 22 points and change away from what your score was.
Yeah.
You had like 150 something, and the next best was like, I think 130.
Yeah.
You had 152, and Jacob had 130.
130 something.
So.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Pretty good. I'm excited. So that's all, not even our football schedule. That's just fantasy football. That's just the pretend stuff. This week, we are coming to you live from Nolan's practice. We've already mentioned that. And Nolan had a game on Saturday. I know we've already mentioned that too. Yep. I picked up an extra shift today. So you picked up Lila and Michael from their practices before we got here to this practice. Tomorrow, Nolan has his 2nd game. We're in charge of snacks for that. So at some point, we're going to leave here and go pick up. I'm surprised they haven't texted me yet. We're going to go pick up the groceries because we're on snack duty. That's tomorrow. And then Thursday, Michael has his first game.
Nolan has a practice that he won't probably go to.
He's probably not going to go to it because I really want him to be at Michael's first game.
We try to prioritize games for
as much as we
family
can.
Support.
All of the family should be there.
Yep.
That's very important to us. Especially because they're both playing football. It's really fun for them to hype each other up. It's not something I think we expected initially because they are very competitive with each other. So they trash talk.
Yeah.
We're a trash talky family.
Y'all are a trash talky family.
We have also made you one if you weren't already. But your mom is a trash talker.
Yes. She gives me and Chance such a hard time about being sarcastic. And I'm like, then she says things, and I'm like, that's where we get it from. I mean, obviously,
There's
both of
so
our
many
dads are
times
very
that she
sarcastic.
says things, and I'm like, that was Gary. Like,
Yeah.
that's who he got it from. Because I tend to credit Senior with a lot of your humor, your sarcasm, like your presentation, your storytelling is all Senior. And then sometimes your mom will say something, and I'll be like, whoa, I did not
The
realize.
little
Very
underhanded ones or
subtle.
whatever.
It's very subtle. So anyways, we trash talk, and I love it. Wouldn't change it. But it is fun after one of their games for them to be like, oh yeah, you made a really good play here, or when they defend each other. Is that Nolan?
Yeah.
With the ball?
They're playing with like a rugby ball, which is kind of fun.
Oh, he does. Nolan had the ball.
Yeah, so they're practicing in what they call half shell, which is fun. So it's basically cleats, like gym shorts, and then practice jersey with pads and a helmet and a mouth guard still. But they're practicing special teams right now, and it looks like they're using a rugby ball.
That is fun.
And yeah, Nolan he's on the return team right now.
What is the difference between a rugby ball and a regular?
Rugby's like, it's football-esque, but it's more like round, and I'm pretty sure it's like significantly larger. I don't know really anything about rugby or Australian rules football or
bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got out there, but it's white, and normally pigskin footballs aren't white, so I don't know what it is. I wonder
what the purpose of that is, but that's fun.
Something different. Anyways.
So, yeah, so game tomorrow, game Thursday.
And I was going to add too, it's Michael's first game, so that's another big thing for us is like we need to be at least all together at the first game. And then if your practice happens to fall on the 5th game of the year, then it's not as big of a deal. It's probably more important for you to be with your team.
Yeah.
But
and if Nolan had like something big coming up, but because Nolan has practice today and a game tomorrow, and then he'll have another game Saturday, we're like, listen, he can take a break. Plus, we all have had the back to school ick that's been going around. Gosh. So Nolan does have a cough.
Every time one of us gets rid of it, the other ones have it, and then whoever got rid of it gets it back. And
we do tend to pass it around a little bit. Nolan and Trace both have it right now, though. I've felt great, actually. You sound better, but you were snoring last night.
Yeah, I've still been. Today is day number 2 of me feeling about 100%. It's just the congestion and stuff is still driving me crazy.
But you tend to hang on to that. You and Nolan hang on to that.
Well, him and I both have allergies pretty bad. Yeah. And so does Trace too. But yeah, Nolan's got like the little swollen lymph node thing right now.
I know, I was supposed to look at that this morning and I did not. I slept in.
As soon as you said that yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just because we live by the woods, I always worry it's a bite or something, but that's like my first go-to.
Yeah.
But
it's fair.
It didn't look like it, so I feel like we were talking about something else that I...
Just the schedule. After Michael's game, he's going to grandparents' house. Mm-hmm. And then he'll be back for Nolan's game. While he's gone, I am going to buy stuff. So apparently, Michael's in 8th grade. Mm-hmm. Not apparently, I knew that. But
already.
They are treating it like senior year. The amount of stuff they're cramming into 8th grade year where it's like, we've got the dances, we've got this, we've got the whatever. So homecoming is next week. We've bought the stuff for the mom. This weekend I have to actually assemble the mom. Not a crafty person. I'll probably share some videos of how that goes for me because it's not fun. But in addition to that crafty thing that I have to do, the Wednesday before homecoming game, I have to decorate Michael's sports locker at school. So I got to meet all the football moms and show off my lack of crafty abilities. So I'm going Friday to buy the stuff for that so I can work on it this weekend, have it pre-assembled so I can work Wednesday and then drive to the school. And
from what it looks like to me in the examples that they showed, it's basically like wrapping paper and some bows and whatever. Like, you don't have to go crazy with it. No, I know. But
I'm not going to go crazy. I might find like a baby picture of him that's like borderline embarrassing and throw that up there. I say borderline.
Shouldn't be hard to do.
There's this really cute one of him on the trampoline. It's probably my favorite. If he's like 18 months old and he's on a trampoline, and his hair is like out to
Oh,
here.
yes, yeah.
That's always fun. So
Like
that's like my go-to. But I've got some ideas, so we'll see. Again, we'll be sharing some of that
you got to put
process.
chopped underneath with
No,
that
that
hair.
means ugly.
Yeah, we learned a new term this week. Our kids don't really care. Trace seems to like haircuts, and Nolan's like, oh yeah, it's probably time for me to get a haircut. But none of them, well, Michael and Nolan aren't ever really excited about haircuts, which is
Nolan
weird.
has been when he has ideas. So when Nolan was rocking the mullet, he cared about the upkeep with that, and when he was done with the mullet, he was like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Nolan, none of them like haircuts, but Nolan tends to know what he wants.
Yeah.
And do it. Michael's like, how long can I go in between?
Michael does not like getting haircuts usually. But so I reminded him, I don't know, a week ago now, and I was like, hey, we probably need to go get haircuts soon because we passed the haircut place. And he was like, I was like, do you want one now? Like, we're here, whatever, we can stop and get you one. And he was like, no, I don't want one yet, but I do want to get like a new style at some point soon. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, is that like, are you interested in something specific or whatever? And he was like, no, it's just like my hair's kind of like chopped right now. And I was like, what? So apparently that's another new term that we're learning. So
we had to look it up because he asked him like chopped, like it's, what did you like something about the cut,
it's like
something
outdated.
Yeah, and then when you said outdated, he's like sort of, and so then we Googled it and it means ugly.
So yeah, I guess
someone told him that
someone was making fun of him or something in school. Which no matter what you do, whether you're cool or not, the kids are mean. So
yeah,
I feel like he's got more friends than he does.
Definitely, he's pretty popular.
They all do. But yeah. So, anyways, he's also an 8th grader now, and that's going to be just something he runs into at this point. He's going to get acne and he's going to stink and he's going to have to start taking showers twice a day. I mean, that's what I had to do. Like make sure you got deodorant on you and with you at all times. And at some point in time over the next year, I assume that he's going to start caring more about the way he looks and smells and whatever. We did recently get news too that his braces should come off in the next 4 to 6 months. So
hopefully by Christmas. Yeah. I thought it was 3 to 4.
4 minimum, I think, because it was like Christmas or his birthday ish, somewhere in there. So I said that's why I told him, I was like,
because he doesn't put his bands in all the time. He keeps forgetting after he eats to put those in. So,
but all exciting stuff. They're growing up too fast.
It is. They're doing good.
And I asked him about cars and stuff the other day too.
Oh yeah.
And he says he either wants a truck or a Jeep. And I was surprised by that. And then we continued to talk about like all of like the hot rod cars that we've seen on the road. And I was like, I don't think you really know exactly what you want yet, which is fine.
No, yeah, but I don't think he does.
I told him, I was like, I would like to do the thing where you work and get jobs and then whatever you have will match kind of thing, and or try to or whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
So starting to put that on his radar because he's 13 and a half now.
So. No, my baby. I know, I was thinking about that. We went to one of the outlet stores for the mom stuff, and it's like an abandoned, I mean, there's so many stores, but most of them aren't anything. So it was like a huge empty parking lot. I was like, oh yeah, we need to take the kids here and they can do their practice driving and stuff like that. Not the kids, Michael specifically.
The one in, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
sometimes there's a Halloween store, sometimes
the escape room.
The escape room is there too, yeah. That stays. Most of the other stuff changes out a little bit. If anything, there's a lot of like completely empty stuff.
Yeah. There used to be a Nike store in there.
Nice.
But what else? So yeah, Monday Lila had a game that unfortunately she didn't get to play in because she has pink eye. Oh, that was another thing.
We did have a pink eye outbreak.
It's always something. So Monday was Lila's game. What's today? Is today Tuesday? Yeah,
today is Tuesday. I picked up a shift, so my days are jacked.
Football, volleyball practice. Tomorrow, football game. Thursday, football game.
Michael does have practice, and then Nolan's
Michael
got
has
a game.
practice tomorrow, yeah.
And then it switches. Michael's got a game, Nolan's got practice.
Yeah.
Lila has practice all of the days, too.
Yep. And then it threw me off because Lila and Michael play the same school this week, but Michael's game is home and Lila's was away.
Oh, that is weird.
It is weird. And then the JV high school team, one is at home and one is away because there's two JV teams. There's like
JV
A and B.
And white. Sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And then, so the high school, one of the JV teams, and I don't know if the varsity team, they must be away too if Michael's playing at home because he's in the junior high, but he's getting to play at the varsity stadium.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they have their games on Fridays.
Oh, that's right.
Junior high plays Thursdays. Let me get the chopstick.
I have some right here.
I have some right here. Look at me go.
Look at you, keeping up with the chapstick for once.
So that's this weekend, and then I haven't even looked at or thought about next week, but next week is homecoming. I want to say that's the day I signed up for snacks for Michael's team. Let me look. I'm gonna find out because
my calendar's right there.
I don't know if mine switched because you put these in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
this
gotta
week.
figure out the calendar thing. Oh, we got new phones too.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we haven't said anything about that. We did switch.
We switched from Apple to Google.
Homecoming, I did where I signed us up for snacks next week for Michael's team.
So look out for those green messages.
So at work, I have to text team members, different things.
You're in a lot of groups at work right now.
I'm in a lot of groups, but the groups aren't the problem because I'm not the only green texter. But it's the single text that when somebody sends you and you've been texting blue the whole time, that now you're a green texter, they think the text didn't come through. And so one of my anesthesiologists was like, order such and such. Like, he sent that through a text since we're on opposite sides of the room. Just was like, hey, send an order for this. And it went through green. So he got up and walked it over and showed me. And I was like, oh, I didn't catch it till later that he thought the text didn't go through. So I was like, hey, I know it looked like your text didn't go through, but I'm a green texter now. He's like, what? You don't have an iPhone? And I was like, no, I switched to Google. I know it's controversial. He goes, it's not controversial, it's dumb. It's like, wow, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah.
That's the controversial. But I stand by it because we have this tiny little iPod for Trace that we've had that was like Nolan's. I mean, gosh, like 4 or 5 years ago, it was Nolan's, and that was like an old.
I think
iPods
we got that
already
like 8 years ago.
I was going to say it was already outdated when we gave it to Nolan for whatever reason, and so he had this little iPod that had all the functions of a phone if it had internet. And so we gave it to Trace. Trace has had it for forever. That thing has not slowed down. Mm-mm. That thing takes good pictures, good videos. Like it's the exact same today as it was when we got it.
Yep.
Same with your mom has a phone that's also 1,000,000 years old. Like one of the first gen iPhones that still has a button and everything. And the thing works so great. She listens to these.
I know.
But like still works great. And then it's like these newer iPhones start to crap out after so many updates, so many whatever. I was like, my phone's slow, my pictures suck. When they didn't at first, I was like, I don't know, I'm thinking there's something there. And I've heard that with the Google phones, they have a warranty of so long. And so because they're warranted for like 3 years or whatever, they should at least last that.
Yeah. I had like a iPhone 1, 2, or 3 or something like that super early on. And I had a BlackBerry before that. Hashtag BlackBerry.
Dating yourself.
Yeah. BlackBerry Pearl with orange, and it was cool. And then I got an iPhone. I think I had something else between then. And I had it for like, I don't know, 6 months or something, and I hated it. And then I switched to Android, and I had Android forever. And then when you and I met, we realized pretty quickly that like keeping up with schedules and all that stuff, it made sense to have the same platform. And you'd had iPhone forever, and I didn't really care either way because they're pretty similar in a lot of ways now anyways. So I switched back to iPhone, and I don't really hate iPhone or anything like that. Like it's, like I said, they're all pretty much the same now anyways. But the biggest problem I had was like the iCloud storage. it froze. It made me restart all the time. Like I had so many issues with that, and just the Google stuff seems to like function so much better. Um, that being said, I'm sure a little bit is just out where we live. Our internet's not great, so. But it was good. You needed a new phone anyways,
I
so.
think so. I mean, I think it's also something we're kind of testing out between, I mean, we're doing more videos, we're doing more stuff with memory and things like that. So we're kind of, if nothing else, testing out the platforms. Does it communicate with our equipment better? Is it easier to edit and do certain things? I think there's a lot more capabilities.
Every phone is different. Cameras are so much better on these. Yeah.
There's just a lot of cool features that we're still learning, we're still figuring out, and there's always a chance that we're like, oh, cool, Apple actually had it right the whole time.
Yeah.
But you don't know unless you try, and we're giving it a shot.
Say one of the main reasons is both of our boys wanted.
Oh yeah, that's Androids. True. That was a big factor.
And Michael's he's wanted an Android for a long time, and so we got him one. Probably 2 years ago, year and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And that phone was, other than the screen breaking, which wasn't really the phone's fault. That was a good phone, and then Nolan decided he wanted one too, so we got him one a couple months ago or something. And the camera, like, it's one of the cheaper ones, like the SEs or whatever, the Pixel something A or whatever. Like, it's the cheaper one. But it took just as good of pictures, if not better, than the nicer iPhones that we had.
Yeah.
And so we got the regular ones now, and it's got like the 100 times zoom and this. I don't know. I like all of the features better and stuff. So
my TBD. Biggest concern with it was that Apple is very user friendly, and it's all I've known for the past over a decade. So I was like, I'm going to have to learn a new phone, and I'm going to struggle to find things. And there's certain like nuances that I'm like used to doing by like muscle memory at this point, that I'm like, oh wait, new phone, gotta figure this out. New phone, who this, you know? But for the most part, I feel like it's very user friendly, but also able to be customized to what you need and what you like and whatever that. I'm enjoying that feature of it too.
Good block. I'm surprised he's playing offense now, but he's been playing defensive end. Last year he was safety and backup tight end.
And it is hard to see our skinny kids on the line, because there's a size difference between them, not only height-wise, because they're not short. They're really not short.
No.
But there are some middle schoolers that just hit that growth spurt already.
Yeah.
So they are shorter than most of the linemen, and they're significantly skinnier. Now, Nolan is like secretly stocky. Like, his legs are very thick. And that's about it, really, because his arms are pretty scrawny.
Secretly stocky. I like that. He's built well, and he's grown out and up proportionally.
Yes. He's built well. I like that.
But it's just surprising because, like, both of them had a kid on their team the last 2 years that was like 6 feet tall, like 280 pounds, just massive. Not like fat or anything like that. He's just a big dude, like a big old country boy.
Grown.
And he made his dad, who was also built similarly. I think he was bigger than him.
He's taller for sure.
And so to see our kids playing the same position that kid played, it's like, it doesn't seem right. But he does a really good job, especially at defensive end. He's like quick, and he's watched videos on how to like use his arms and spin moves and all that. So he just loves the game. So
loves the game. I love that.
It's a lot of fun.
He is fun to watch too.
Now he's playing receiver.
Especially as he starts to get it. Like, when you see certain things click for him, because Nolan is, I know I've said this so many times, but he's my kid that will try and practice and hustle and grind. And he gives everything 100%. For instance, he came home with his saxophone today, and there was not a whole lot of time between when I got home, made dinner, we got to start getting ready for practice, all the things. But he busted out his saxophone to practice hot cross buns. And
what?
Yeah.
That's
all I know. No, I thought it was
Same
three
thing, I
blind
think.
mice. See how? No, that's not right. But anyways, that's all I know is that da 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 da. But then the other part was
I only
like da da
heard the
da
very
da.
end.
It was something more like da 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 da. But on a saxophone, it is not fun.
It's loud.
Not. It's there. You can only play loud. You can't practice quietly until you get it right. You can only play loud.
Did they make electric saxophones?
I don't know. But
yeah, today was the first day that they were allowed to bring their instruments home. And I played saxophone.
Excited. He was so excited to show.
Yeah.
He got to show you. He got to show your mom because Nana had taken Trace to the store to grab some little treats. So she came home with him, and they walked into saxophone playing, and there she was like, "Whoa!" And Trace was like, "It's loud!" And then
it was a different saxophone, though. He tried to tell me
alto.
Yeah.
Alto. What?
I played one that was, I think it was all one piece except for like the reed that you could take in and out. And his is like 3 pieces, and there's like twice as many.
So many
things on
and
it.
Gizmos.
So I don't know. I didn't like it. I played for the 6 months or semester or whatever that I signed up for because commitment or whatever. And then I started playing guitar after that.
So Nolan has played piano from 6 to 9. I think we stopped around 9 because we moved out here. Tried to do online. And we absolutely loved his music school. Hated to part ways with him, but football took over. There really isn't room for both. So now that there's school band, we were excited for him to get an instrument, and he got to pick his top 3. They didn't have any kind of keyboard or anything. We were kind of hoping for that just because he has the piano experience. But he ended up with saxophone, which that was not even close. Throw-wise, the quarterback didn't throw that close to him, but he went for it.
Gave it his all.
And hit the ground. But anyways, yeah, he was excited about saxophone, and so I'm kind of curious to see how already having that musical background, being able to read music, being able to, like, he can hear pitch, he can hear things, he can identify certain stuff, because that's what I liked about the music school he was in. It wasn't necessarily like just focusing on reading the music. It was a lot of listening and identifying.
It's wide open.
Not the letters, but you know what I mean.
The notes.
That's the word.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest regrets. Well, still kind of is. I don't really like to regret things, but when I learned to play guitar, it was like you learn the chords, and then on the sheet music, you put.
Kid just flopped out. I'm like, somebody check on him.
He's just taking a break.
He's so tired.
You just put the note over the words where you change notes, and like, obviously, there's a little bit of feel with that because it's not exact.
Yeah.
But I'd never learned how to read sheet music, and I wish that I would have.
Yeah.
But I didn't really start playing guitar until I was like 14, I think. 14 or 15. And I don't know if y'all know this, I'm sure you do, but as you get older, it is harder to learn new things. The whole teaching an old dog a new trick. Which I know 14 or 15 is not that old, but I didn't really care enough. I was like, oh, I can learn it like this. I don't need to learn the sheet music. So, wish I would have done that.
So then how did learning guitar go for you? Was it quicker and easier to pick up?
There is...
Because you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, once you get past the finger bleeding stage, because when you play so much, you got to build up the calluses on the...
picks for that.
That's for this hand.
Oh, the other hand bleeds?
Yeah,
my gosh.
Because you have to put pressure on the strings.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and I wanted to learn really bad, so I played a lot. And oh, that's just is it just a hair or is it cracked? The screen protector's cracked. Yeah, we got 2 more. Just be more careful.
New phones. It's already cracked. I hope that's just the screen protector. We have more at home?
Yeah, it's a 3-pack. But yeah, so the chords or the strings as you're playing the chords, you have to put pressure on it, and it. Oh yeah, nice.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Pause.
Sorry.
It is glass.
I didn't think about it. I just was like, I'm just gonna take this off real quick.
Yeah. would have just left it on until I could put the new one on. Silly goose.
Well, I wanted to make sure that the other part wasn't cracked. I was going to cry.
Oh, yeah.
My brand new phone. So excited about the camera. Just kidding. Shattered it. But I didn't. It's fine. Everything's fine.
What? Oh, yeah. Guitar. It was... The problem is that I learned everything I needed to learn to play in the youth group at church. It was like 6 to 8 chords max. And once you learn those chords, you can... I played rhythm guitar. So, like, just the constant kind of strumming in the background that you hear, and then there's lead guitar, which is like the solos and all that.
Yeah.
So I never really learned the solo aspect of it, or like reading sheet music or whatever. So I can still play the same like 8 chords in any whatever if you give me, and even now when I don't really play anymore, I can still pick it up and strum and play chords. But it's got to be like those. And I learned a little bit of like bar chords on the electric guitar or whatever, but nothing crazy. So you give me any church song though, that's those same 8 chords. It's like just comes back. It's like riding a bike or whatever. But yeah, no, sheet music is super important, and I think when I think I told you this, I was like, if I would have learned piano is good to learn because you learn. It's like learning the second language kind of thing. Like once you kind of know that, the rest of it comes so much easier because you already have that knowledge, and then so then you're just learning whatever it is, like hand wise or whatever, breath wise or whatever. So,
and he seems to be picking it up well. I mean, from what I can see with his grades in band and how quickly he was able to bring it home and all the different things, he seems. And like I said, it's just he amazes me with just how much he wants to.
Yeah, he's doing good in general, like A's and B's.
Oh my gosh, he's doing great.
He's usually our one we have to watch for C's and stuff. Hopefully not worse, but it's been the other way around this year.
It has. I think Michael's hitting the harder classes, and he's starting to.
For the first time, it's not just coming super easy to him.
So. And he's not used to putting in the work, so I'm curious to see how that goes, where he actually has to try.
Yep.
I can't find our boy. Where is he at out there?
He's
he's in the huddle. Yeah. Well, he's on the outside of the huddle. He's there. He's like, come on, guys, let's just go. Run it again.
I think this is the biggest part for him that he needs to learn now in football is the actual plays. If you tell him what to do, he can do it, but he needs to be able to know which play is which by whatever play call. You know?
Yeah.
Like he can run the route. Like,
what
he walks around like this.
What do you mean?
You're never going to get to play if you do this the whole time. Your coaches are going to think you have no idea what you're doing.
But he's just sassy out there. Like, what do you mean? Or why? Or what? Everything is the hands.
He's doing it. So him and I have talked about this, and he's like trying to communicate that he's missing something, or like he knows, but he doesn't like know for sure, and he wants to make sure or whatever. I'm like, okay, well then do this or do that, but then put your hands down. Like don't just stand out there with your hands up.
I agree with that.
Because then you look like you're completely lost.
He's fun to watch though, because this year more than the others, he's similar in height to the kids on his team, at least.
Yeah.
Before there were taller ones, there were stockier ones, whatever. This year, a lot of his teammates are very similar in build to him, but you can always spot him by like, I don't have another word for it, but I want to say like his swag, like the way he walks, the way he stands, the way like he moves his body. You could just, I'm like, oh, there's Nolan. Oh, there's no, I can usually like glance out and find him.
He looks like an octopus falling out of a tree.
Pretty much.
Some announcer called pro golfer Jim Furyk back in the day. I always forget the guy's name that was announcing, but he's like, his swing looks like he's an octopus that just grabbed a club falling out of a tree or something like that. I don't remember what it was, funny. But I love that analogy because why is an octopus in a tree in the first place?
All of it, the whole thing from start
to finish. But that's Nolan. When him and Trace Roughhouse, I'm like, oh great, our two most uncoordinated kids. That
for sure. Okay, I was told I say on segment changes, and I did it again.
And I say or whatever because I can't ever finish a thought. It's just a constant.
Like now it's like a trigger for me. But I was gonna say we are gonna go get our groceries soon. Then make it back to practice, to end of practice. Let's do some rapid fire.
Rapid-ish fire.
It's always rapid. Nope. Dang
It's
it.
never
I can't get
rapid,
it.
but it's always fire.
It's never rapid, but it's always fire. Let's go.
What are you most excited for coming up? Other than Michael's game.
I mean, both of their games.
Well, Nolan already had his first game.
Nolan did have his first. I'm actually excited for Thursday Night Lights. The small town supporting the junior high kids. I feel like it's going to be a good turnout. The volleyball game turnouts are huge.
Yes.
It's fun to be in a small town and have the community support these kids. It's a lot of fun. But if I had to pick other than that, I don't want to. I am excited also for homecoming coming up. I think it's fun to get the kids together. It's fun to go to the football game. It'll be Michael's first school dance.
Didn't he do something? Oh, they just did mums for the homecoming game.
But he didn't go to the school.
Yeah.
So he wasn't able to participate.
That's right.
So that'll be fun. What else? I feel like, is there something else that I'm missing?
I don't know. I don't usually have an expectation of what your answer is going to be when I ask a question.
Okay. So then I can't disappoint you.
Yeah.
What are you excited for?
I don't know. Life is just good and busy in general.
It is good.
I don't know if we've really talked about this at all, but my dad passed away like 4 years ago, and we've been dealing with his estate stuff pretty much on and off again the whole time. And I think that's finally starting to hopefully come to a close. So that's kind of constantly in the back of my mind, like getting that over with finally so we can actually start the mourning process, because it's just been legal stuff since then, and it's really frustrating.
I do feel like a lot of the grieving process has been tied up in when this is done, we can actually process this. So I am excited for that part to be done.
July. Yeah, it's been 4 years and 3 months now or something.
It's been over 4 years.
Hopefully it doesn't reach 5 years, but there's a hearing Thursday, and that should be the sign off on the final accounting or whatever, and then we should start finish. That should be it after that. It should be done, hopefully. So that's
one step closer.
That's a less fun thing, I guess, than whatever, but that's been on my mind a lot lately. So hopefully that's done with soon and we can move on.
Yes.
But
speaking of things that we're excited for or have going on, how's the new neighborhood?
It's good. Yeah. We're I think the market's slow right now, or we're trying to play catch up with land, or land's trying to play catch up with us or something. I don't know all the reasonings why, but they've kind of slowed down on starts. So it's kind of nice to not be super busy. That being said, it's kind of boring also at the same time.
Yeah.
Not boring, but just not constantly having, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And you're trying to play catch up almost all the time.
Especially just the drastic change from where you were to where you are. Yeah. It's I can see where boring would come to mind as the word used, because it's very big change of pace.
So I'm getting to pay more closer attention to the details, which is what I enjoy. I like providing a quality product, a flawless product. Hopefully it's not.
And you're actually hitting your goals and your check.
Accidentally broke one of my records the other day.
I know, because you are goal oriented, so you would have done that in the other houses, but it was a little challenging.
It's really fun to click off all of the city inspections that I don't have to do anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's nice. No, it's been good. It's a little bit further, especially if there's quite a bit of construction going on in 3 different places between here and there. So 45 minutes turns into an hour pretty easily one way. But I mean, the good outweighing the bad, there is the good's far above that. So
I thought of another question.
How's your work stuff going? Just kidding. Skip that.
It's been tough. I feel like, again, you were talking about, you got used to a certain pace, you got used to a certain rhythm, which you didn't enjoy. And now you're switching to a pace that was better suited for you. I feel like we were in a really good groove with our team and the doctor that we had, and kind of we knew what to expect. adding in another doctor has really shifted a lot of the team expectations and a lot of, I don't know, it's been challenging.
If I can interject without, because I'm just from the outsider's perspective, it seems like y'all ran really smoothly. Y'all had a great team, but you only had one doctor and he was overloaded.
Mm-hmm.
So you brought in another one to help bring it out, but there's going to be natural learning curves and all that because it's a new guy. No matter what the scenario is, other than that, it's still y'all are learning someone new. So there's bound to be bumps in the road.
Yeah, and I think that's all it is just a little bit of learning curves, and I think we're gonna obviously adapt and get used to it. But the growing pains, we're feeling them. We're feeling them. But I think this team works a lot like a family, a very dysfunctional family. We have our issues and our like tiffs with each other, but we also trust each other tremendously at the end of the day. So even whenever we're unsure about the new doctor or maybe the specific case or whatever, we can really lean on each other and get through the case and have the best outcome for the patients. So it's working out.
You said something earlier, and I feel like you've said it before too, but every single one of y'all in there, anytime that the conversation comes up about where would you go if you had a family member, like, and they needed surgery or whatever, it's like every single one of y'all trusts the team.
Yes.
And y'all will all choose that team.
So our director one time said like their family member was going to have surgery in our OR. And they were like, I'm not going to pick staff. Because a lot of times you do. You have the certain person that you trust to do your anesthesia. You have the certain person that you're okay with seeing all your bits. You're like, it's not going to be just anybody. But the director was like, I refuse to choose. I trust all of my staff the same. And I really respected that. I thought about that recently. If somebody was going to be, coming to the CV team, like who would I pick? Actually, somebody asked me specifically, like, hey, my so-and-so is going to have surgery. And I was like, oh, like, how do I even pick who I think you genuinely like can't go wrong? We have some that are like do more vascular cases or some that do more of the open hearts or if like depending on the thing, some of us like that niche a little bit more. But I was like, there's not a single person I don't trust to take care of my family member. Like it's a solid team.
Yeah.
And that has not been the case everywhere I went. When I was at my previous hospital and pregnant, I was like, if I go into labor here, y'all better drive me anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because there was not a single doctor that I trusted to even catch the baby. Like I would rather give birth in the car. It was not good. It just wasn't good.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my work has been tough, but I think we're actually going to end up stronger.
Cases and stuff too lately. So
tough cases and negative outcomes. It's been like we've had traumas, we've had things go wrong.
And y'all aren't really like y'all do scheduled cases more than trauma stuff. Y'all don't do a whole lot of
like CV. We do a lot of we do emergent, I guess.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trauma, like true traumas. A lot of times those will get life flighted downtown. But it's been tough, but I genuinely feel like we're going to become stronger for it and a better team like together. We're having to lean on each other a lot.
Rapidish.
Enough from the heavy. Out of Nolan's team and Michael's team, who do you think is going to have a better season?
Well, we haven't really seen Michael's team play yet.
I know. You have to choose. You got to pick
the line. I'm going to go with Nolan's team. I have a follow-up to that. I want to hear your answer. And then, who do you think's going to grow more from the season?
Oh. Nolan already is. I mean, Nolan is growing a lot from the little bit we've seen.
Yeah.
So we don't watch Michael's practices, not because he's not our favorite, but because we just don't. Like, it's just not a thing that you do when they get to school ball, I guess. We probably would if
it's like half at the end of the day during school, and then it continues for like another hour or something. I don't know.
And we're just not home at that time anyways. But Nolan, I feel like, is getting the most playtime that he's got. This is his third year?
Yeah. Yes, third year.
And he's getting the most playtime that he's ever gotten and they're letting him try different positions. They're letting him do different things. He's getting a lot more time out there, and he is all over the field. If they give him the chance, he's out there. He's doing it. He never backed down from that 6'5" grown man that he was defending or whatever.
That was a huge thing in that game. He, after like the first, whatever they call it, where they have the ball on, I don't remember what they call it now. First possession or whatever.
Yeah. Drive.
He came off the field and he was like almost like emotional. Like he was emotional about it. And he like hurt his wrist, and it was like, all right, like let's persevere. And he was not wanting to do that. He was upset that the refs weren't calling it. And then I think he did pretty good for a little while after that, and then I think he got hurt again.
He did hurt his wrist.
Yeah, and so he got a little bit emotional again about that, and the coaches talked to him, and then after that, he powered through for the rest of the game, and he actually got like amped about it.
He got amped about it, yeah.
He was like, I'm actually like starting to beat this guy who's cheating to whatever. So that was fun to watch that in one game at like a super low, and then like really learn how to like persevere. And I tried to talk to him in the car about it, but he had one of his friends. And I was like, whatever that feeling was where you like learned how to like go through that.
Yeah.
From going low to like persevering and being in a really good mood afterwards, like whatever that was, like remember that moving forward, because that's important to be able to like power through stuff that you don't want to do or like you're struggling with or whatever. So
yeah, I agree. I think I see him having a lot of growth there. But to answer both questions, I think that Michael's team, historically, the team he's playing on hasn't been great.
Or age level or whatever.
That age level, the school district. I don't see a lot of promising football, whatever.
Wins.
I just don't see it, but I could be wrong. I said that to somebody else, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe I might be mistaken." And I
think they have a reputation in town for not doing well, but like outside of it, I've heard that it's not bad. Like a lot of like hit or miss.
But I think that if that's the case, if Michael's team doesn't have the wins, because he played for a very winning team last year. They started off with some loses. They came back to win, and win the Super Bowl of their little league. So super cool, super great. I would be really curious to see how he takes a negative season, where you have to come together as a team. Michael
likes winning,
and he cares about himself, how he looks, how he played. Was it fair? If somebody else was the reason for the loss, he doesn't take it as his own loss. He also won't turn that around. And if he did something wrong, be like, if I had just done this different, maybe the team could have won. He doesn't apply that same logic.
He thinks he's done well the whole time.
He's so confident.
And he usually does pretty well. So
love his confidence. He's got some very natural athleticism. Even when we went to a golf simulator, we left that out.
Oh, yeah.
When we did that, Michael just like you said, he swings goofy, but then he has great shots. Like
it's unorthodox. I didn't say goofy.
I said
Michael,
goofy.
if you're listening.
It's just sometimes he'll do things and you're like, well, but he's got some natural instincts.
His hand-eye coordination is really good. And like, I wouldn't grip the club that way. I wouldn't swing that way. I wouldn't teach someone how to do it. There's a lot of things that if he didn't hit the ball well, I would be like, okay, now you got to fix this. Now you got to fix that. And that's just kind of golf in general. There's always something to work on. But like his hands were like slightly apart and he kind of brought it back. I don't know. It's just the whole thing was very unorthodox, and he was still hitting 100, 150 yards down the middle sometimes. And like,
but I think if he fine-tuned those things, he could be really great at golf. Yeah. If he fine-tuned, like if he put in,
and he's very natural. The golf club.
Now he wants to do it.
I was like, what? Because I didn't think he liked golf. So
I think we should now do our peaks and valleys. That's not what it's called. Over par and
under par. Yes.
What is your Over par.
Over par. So that's not good.
What was not good?
Um, let's see. I don't really have anything.
Yesterday was was it yesterday that was like nothing was working, nothing like some of our apps weren't working, and then we tried to do this
Yeah.
and that wasn't working, and it just kind of like,
I don't
not
remember
to answer
anything
for you.
specifically, but yeah, yesterday it was weird because I feel like I did good overall. Like I got all the kids where they needed to go, and I even got home at a reasonable time and uh, whatever. But then like towards the end of the day, for some reason, I just felt like I was failing, and I hate that feeling, especially when I'm like, no, I did this, I did that, I didn't forget this morning. I like whatever, like it. I seemed like I checked all the boxes, but still felt like I was failing at some. I
Yeah.
couldn't get something to work or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's I couldn't. I still don't know what specifically caused that, but it just felt that way, which is kind of haunting. Like you
Yeah.
don't whatever that feeling is. It's like
It's heavy too.
it's a bummer, but at the end of the day, I'm like I feel like I did good today, so
Good.
I don't know. Under par moment, I hit more good shots than bad shots when I played golf Sunday morning, and that's good for me because most of the time I hit like one out of every 3 or 4 shots. I'm like, oh, that's what I wanted to do, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, not good or, whatever. That was fine. I could have done better, but I still didn't play overall very well, like score wise. But I felt like I was working on things and like I don't know. I've been leaving the club face open a lot lately and starting right and going right. And so like closing my hands on time and I was starting to do some of those things and
Yeah.
it's starting to feel I don't know, feel good. Still not great, but headed in the right direction at least. So that's good.
I saw two of the guys you golfed with on Monday.
Oh yeah. I golfed with all your work buddies.
You did. And one of them said, they were like asking what you do for work, and like we were just talking, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's a good golfer."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they were impressed with your golf abilities.
I think we were all fairly similarly, I don't know, at least somewhat on the same. I feel like all three of them were way better around the greens than I am, for sure. That's probably the thing I need to work on the most. Um, but like hitting a 300-yard drive is also fun,
I mean, it's something.
So, but in your under par and over par moments,
My under par
good one.
is good. Okay. I actually had a lot of fun at the golf simulator. I was like, okay,
Yay, that was fun.
this is something I can do. I like going with you golfing on a nice weather day when I can just hang out on the golf cart the whole time. That's a good time. But I don't really have any interest in hitting the golf ball or doing any of that. It's fun to go help you find the golf ball. I feel like I'm Easter egg hunting.
Feeding
Brings
the ducks.
back, love feeding the dogs. I like all the scenery and all the things. So that I don't mind going.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but if I'm going to participate, give me a simulator or a top golf situation every time. I can do that.
I think we should wait to get the groceries until practice is over because
I
this
think
is a
practice
southern
is
goodbye.
almost over. Yeah. Mine was much shorter than yours.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying.
Sounds like you're saying.
Whatever.
What's my over par moment?
You don't have any over par moments. You're perfect.
That's true. I'm just par. No, honestly, today was kind of rough, our little team meeting, but I feel people's feelings a lot.
Yeah.
And I went into work feeling really good about myself. It was an extra shift. I felt like I was helping the team and I was excited. So then to feel some negativity, which wasn't, one of my teammates kept reassuring me like it wasn't even directed at me, but I kept feeling the negativity still.
Yeah.
And it just zaps me. Like it's, even if I don't, I was like, I refuse to take this. It's not mine. It's not my negativity. I'm not negative. I'm not in a negative mood. I'm gonna feel good. It still just kind of like takes my energy. So I think that was probably my negative, my under par, over par. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think where y'all are at work is just it's like the growing pain stage, and that's also might be a case of expectations and like everyone. Okay, new doctor. We're gonna start. We're already doing well. Like this is gonna help a lot. Everyone was amped, and like didn't process or didn't realize how much time it was going to take to get used to everything
Right.
changing. So everyone's probably in like a, oh well, this isn't what I expected, and well, this isn't going to work out or whatever. Like everyone's expectations are all over the place, and probably their like hopes are low or whatever. Like, so I think that y'all are at the stage now where it's like, no, we got to see it through, and like, I don't know. I feel
I
like
agree.
it's on the verge of being good, like everyone was hoping.
I agree.
So hopefully it's, you know,
We're on the right track for sure. And I think having the meeting today to actually communicate those expectations and actually hear from the other, like feeling heard and validated is huge too. So having that opportunity really did help, I think, at least bring it all surface level. However, it also stirred some stuff up.
yeah.
That was
Sometimes you gotta,
that was like not almost forgotten, but we weren't thinking about that. We weren't focused on that right now. So to stir it up, it's just had me in my feelings a little bit,
yeah.
but it's good. I mean, it's part of the growing pains
What's the,
process.
you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. I, I think I told you this on the phone earlier. I'm grateful for my work situation because I am not care what everyone else feels kind of person. I
Yeah.
mean, I care about like the people that I care about, but like everyone else, I'm like whatever.
It's
So me being in my own in control of my own situation for the most part, like yeah, I have like some drama with inspectors or trades every once in a while or whatever, but I don't really feel any of that. Like y'all are all around each other all day long and y'all rely on each other to function properly, and like people's lives are at stake, and it's the stakes are high, and
And I think all of us, every single one of us, are able to put that aside for the patient every single time.
right.
What gets me is that I have so much respect for the people that are in the room with me.
Yeah.
This doctor, my team, our anesthesiologist, the AAs, our attendants that come to the room and they bring us the blood products or they help us turn over. Like every single person that affects me and my job and my patient, I have the utmost respect for.
Right.
So if they're telling me like, hey, you could do better here, I'm gonna take that to heart. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to grow and I'm gonna want to be better for them, for my patient, and all the way around. Um, and if it's not being communicated that way and I'm left to interpret how they might feel
Yeah.
or how they might be disappointed in me or whatever,
Or if they didn't have time
um,
to communicate it
and
properly or whatever.
that's what we said. I mean, that's what was discussed was a lot of times it's you go from one case to another or that person went home
Got to be
and you
quick and
stayed.
harsh, and
Yeah, it's just no, it's that we don't have time to talk.
right.
We don't have time to air any of it. So I'm left to interpret it, which is on me because I'm misinterpreting what they meant or how they felt, or maybe this little action had nothing to do with me. They just accidentally slammed the door or
Yeah.
sighed or whatever.
Bad
But when
timing
we
or
have,
something.
yeah, when we have like complex cases and other things going on, and I see Nolan dancing out there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There's never a dull moment with that kid.
it just it's like you said, it's growing pains. I think we're on the brink of breaking through some of the hard parts of it. I'm going to work on being less emotional. Was advice I was given today. Take the emotion out of it.
I don't think that's the problem. I think you're in like a really good place with who you are, and like I don't know, I just feel like you understand situations and scenarios and whatever really well, and like I don't know, you understand feelings really well. So
I have a
I
lot
think
of experience feeling the feelings.
if you're having feelings from something, it's usually, maybe it's like slightly exaggerated or something, but it's usually at least on, it's, I don't know.
I'm sorry, what? I'm just kidding.
It's usually at least pointed in the right direction. I mean, it's,
Oh, like today during that meeting, it was like a 12 o'clock meeting, and I realized because I went to work late, I got up with Trace. I wasn't hungry, so
scheduled late. Like,
yeah, scheduled late.
you weren't late.
But I didn't have to be there until like 11. And so just whatever, we went on a walk, all the different things. I drank a lot of water. I did have like an iced matcha. And then wasn't until like during the 12 o'clock meeting, I was like, I haven't eaten. I have not had breakfast or lunch. So then when I got in my feelings, I was like, is this what hangry feels like?
Probably.
Anyways, so that's our week at a glance. Here we are an hour in, and you
this
are
was going to be a quick
caught up
20-30 minutes. We were going to go get groceries and keep going, but it's
We'll
kind
get
of nice to catch up
with each
It's
other.
been busy.
Just to have uninterrupted time together has been nice.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging out with me.
Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for following along, for listening. I know I've actually looked at the camera probably. Like, if we could do a counter for how many times I looked at the camera.
We've just had so many problems with equipment. Is it working still? I want to like pause it and make sure the audio sounds okay. We started off really well. I feel like we've hit like
we're having
good
fun.
spots, and then we try to fix too much maybe or something. But oh well, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, you know.
So if you like us, share,
subscribe,
comment, let us know what you think about us.
At some point in time, we haven't worked out all the details, but we're gonna do like a subscriber tattoo challenge or something too. Yeah.
Or a frequently asked questions or Q&A, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So drop those if you have questions for us or whatever. You can also DM us. Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yep.
If you want to keep hearing from us, you're going to keep hearing from us anyways.
Yeah. You're stuck with us.
So cue the outro, huh?
I'll give you all a little preview here of Nolan's practice.
Can you just flip the camera? Oh.
Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're hanging out.
You did it as they walked to the far end.
Yeah, well.
Conditioning
time. They're going to run laps or something. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.